Carlos Perez, first batter of the year, and he's already got the shtick work, and Tony Womack swinging. Perez 6 shutout innings, top of the 7th, no score, stingy on runs, like I said. Jermaine Allensworth with the bunt. Perez, yikes, and away. It was ruled a single, though. 2 batters later with Allensworth on second. Freddie Garcia rips a base hit. Allensworth coming around third. Here's the throw from Rondell White, and he is safe. 1-0 Pirates. Still in the top of the 7th, bases juiced. Tony Womack says, I got your shtick right here, Carlos. Well, actually said that now, because that's when he hit the ball down the left field line. Jose Guillen, Garcia, come on down. 3-0 Pirates. Pirates going to win 4-0. Francisco Cordova gave up 3 hits in 7 innings, and 2 relievers completed the 5-hit shutout of Montreal.
Sammy Sosa, remembering Harry in his own special way. Bottom 6, Cubs up 3-1. Steve Traxel to right. Jeff Blauser, you can score. Kevin Horry, you can score too. Cubs up 5-1. Then it was time for the stretch that Harry made famous with his widow, Dutchie, doing the honors.
Okay, Gary, are we ready? A 1, a 2, a 3, take.
And well done. Top 9, Cubs up 6-2. Rod Beck in. Runners on the corners. Beck against Mark Grudzielanek, who grounds into the 1. 6, 3, double play. Cubs win, Cubs win, Cubs win. 6-2.
Johnson can cover with the best of them. He gets back there and just can't hang on. Valdez would score from first. Grudzielanek goes to third on the error. This game is tied at 1. Bottom 3 still tied at 1, and they are waiting for Geyser Sosa to go off. And Sammy does. First of the year, 2-1 Cubs, and Chicago goes on to win by a final score of 3-1. Mulholland was there for that mess last season, says the difference with this team from last
season. Fared a little better this time around against the Expos. Getting Rondell White. Tapani, 5 2/3, gave up 1 run, struck out 3, and it was windy. Bottom of the 7th, Cubs leading 5-1. H-Rod facing Shane Bennett. And H-Rod has just left the yard. Second of the year, 6-1 Cubs. Very next batter. We didn't have to edit these highlights. Scott Service gone.
Oh, Service sends a drive.
Back-to-back, Jack. Rodriguez and Mark Grace. They take a gander.
The Cubs hit one out of the
Cubs take a win, and Cubs fever. Catch it. 7-2 the final in this one. The Cubs, who started last season 0-14, improved to 5-1 last season.
Steele, you betcha. What a job he has done in the Chicago uniform. The ground out. And then Blauser. And then Kevin Horry. Equal opportunity ground ball. Certainly the key at Wrigley is to keep the ball on the ground. And he also did it at the plate, Peter.
Well, I mean, he is an 0.56 lifetime hitter. Of course, he was in the American League for a while. But as a pitcher at the bases loaded, he gets to see just what great stuff Carlos Perez has and what a great showboat Carlos is. Hits it back to the mound. Next time he comes up, look at this pitch. Oh, strike 3, Carlos. Ah, a little dance.
Bottom 6 tied at 2. Clark's up with 2 on and 2 out. Peter gave you that ugly 0.56 number, but you know what? Sometimes even a blind squirrel is going to stumble on an acorn. Blauser scores, and the Cubs go up 3-2 to the 9th now. Same score, Peter, and here's Beck.
Now, Rod Beck has come in and saves his first 3 appearances here in his 4th. Look at that 4th ball. Tremendous pitch. That's what he has to throw. When that wind starts blowing out, he'll need that sinker and that 4th ball.
Talked about Clark keeping the ball down. Look at that one dive towards the plate. Ryan McGuire grounds to first. Grace to Beck. Fancy footwork. See, that's the Carlos Perez dance from Rod Beck. Fastest start for the Cubs since the back to the National League. Brewers down 1-0, 2 on. Jeremy Burnitz. Yard work, his 4th of the year. The Brewers are up 3-1 to the 9th, 6-4, and Doug Jones is in the game. Scott Livingstone. This is Doug Jones being, Doug Jones. Swinging. Vlade, Guerrero, Jones, staring. National League Brewers win American League style. They got a league-high 11 home runs this season. Started at 7.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
He thought it was going to be 6, or vice versa. He thought the game started at 7, but in fact it started at 6. He couldn't start. Steve Woodard goes instead, and Steve Woodard gets tagged by one of the best young hitters in the game, Brad Fulmer. 1-0 Expos. How about Jeremy Burnitz?
Well, we talked about him the other night. He's just got a great approach to the plate. He is hammering everything. He's going to be a star.
3-1 Brewers. Jose Mercedes gets into the game in the 5th and promptly gives up an RBI single to Mark Rudgelonic. 3-2.
That looks like Paul Molitor hitting right there, or what?
Bottom 5, Marquis Grissom, the batter, and Grissom into right center. Rondell White, looked like he was running in mud out there. Valentin scores 4-2 Brewers. It's 5-3 Milwaukee. Guerrero's at second, Fulmer's at first, and Rondell White says, you know what, if he hits it in the right center, nobody can get there. I know, I've been there. White goes 4 for 4. FP Santangelo, little blooper that drops. Stovall scores, and the Expos go on and win 6-5. And again, Jose Mercedes just thought the game started an hour after it actually.
Pitch of the game. This is a bad sign for Felipe. First pitch of the game, Brant Brown off Mark Valdez. 3 for 5 with 4 RBIs. His first home run of the year. Cubs up 1-0. Later in the first, still 1-0. Morandini on second, Sosa on first, and oh, Henry Rodriguez rocks one out. 3-run home run. Valdez lasted a third of an inning, gave up 5 earned runs. That'll hurt the ERA. Kevin Tapani, complete control. Bottom of the 9th, Vladimir Guerrero up, and Kevin Ory, beautifully done. Gets Guerrero. Cubs take it 13-0. Expos can't wait till these guys are off the schedule for a while.
The Cubs, Jose Hernandez, Carlos Perez, wicked. Next batter, Blauser.
There it is, 3-2.
Pops it up to Vladimir Guerrero and right. If you didn't know it, Carlos Perez tells you he works himself out of a jam. Expos grab the lead in the bottom of the inning. Expos up 4-3. Sosa, yard work. Solo shot, second of the season. This game is tied at 4. To the 9th, Sosa needs a triple to hit for the cycle. Uguet Urbina.
Ooh, don't style too much. You're going to get payback.
It stayed tied at 4 in the bottom of the 10th. No outs for Zolonix at first. Santangelo bunts to move the runner up. Ory picks it up. Oh, he looked like he had it, but it's safe. Everybody's all right. Next batter, Vlade Guerrero. Deep to center field, Brant Brown. He hit that so hard it was knuckling. The Expos win 5-4 in 10 innings. Here they come. 2 wins now. A perfect 10th inning for Steve Klein, who was recalled from Ottawa.
The Cubs, a block. In a few words, I know, would. French. Dustin Hermanson, who pitched well, was caught in a pickle, didn't know whether to come home. Shouldn't have. Scott Room Service blocks the plate. Bottom of the 3rd, 2 out. This is Kerry Wood giving it up to Brad Fulmer. Fulmer went 4 for 4. This 2-run double score. Santangelo and Vladimir Guerrero. 2-0 Les Expos. Bottom of the 8th. Only in Montreal. Oh, no! That pitch couldn't break a plane of glass. Well, it just did. Sacré bleu. Bunny Larocque lives. By the way, the Expos won it 4-1.
Everybody out. And he did it with more than just his left hand on the mound. He did it with his bat as well. Then he got confused. Put on his coat. He got the second, he took it off.
He runs better without the jacket.
No doubt about it, and he looks like a player. Jaha to right center. And just look at the speed without the coat. Scores Fernando Vina and Jeff Cirillo. It's 6-0 on a triple from Jaha. Bottom 7, now on the mound, Shane Andrews. He left the game with a contusion on his left hand. That was about the only thing that could slow down Scott Carl tonight. Carlos Perez, where have we seen that before? High heat on Fernando Vina. But guess what? He gets his revenge in the 7th inning. Focus. Darren Jackson scores, and Vina says, you know what? I'm not stopping. FP Santangelo to the relay man in triple. We're tied at 3. Top 14, first and second, 1 out, and wouldn't you know it, another former Expo does it to his old team. The Brewers go on to win 5-3 in 14 innings, a game that took over 4 hours to play.
Expos Astros, Craig Biggio, bottom of 3, Astros up 1-0, rock the Casbah. Dustin Hermanson is dust, Astros up 2-0, Biggio second, he was 2 for 4. Then, again, what Mick Jones was to the Clash, Craig Biggio is to the Houston Astros. Ground rule double into the Flowers.
Ground rule double.
First major league win for John Halama. Craig Biggio now tied with Cesar Cedeno for the most runs scored in Astro history. Vladimir Guerrero could only pinch hit. He is
Bagwell and Craig Biggio
Picking up their silver sluggers for being the best hitters at their positions a year ago. Mark Valdez doesn't allow Bill Spires to hit. Biggio scores in a bases-loaded walk, and that breaks Cesar Cedeno's franchise record for runs scored. Tied at 3 in the 8th, runner at second, Rondell White with a chopper. What a play by Biggio, who saves a run this time. It's still 3-3. Bottom of the 9th, 2 out. Sean Berry takes the pitch and rides it out. His 3rd home run of the year. The Astros put it out with 2 outs in the 9th. Berry mobbed the hero's welcome. Biggio added to the franchise record. He scored again in this game. Doug Henry picks up the win.
One on for F.P. Santangelo. Deep to right center. Double. Javier Vasquez was on. He scores. The Expos are up 2-1. Now to the 8th. They're up 5-4. Nobody out. Yu facing Moises Alou. And Urbina gone fishing. Carl Everett. Same trip. Next batter, Jack Howell. Oh, boy. Urbina, 3 straight strikeouts. Now to the 9th. Ricky Gutierrez.
Nasty slider.
He's not done. And guess what? There's still one more victim, Derek Bell. The arm rolled up, too.
He's got the makeup of a fighter, and that's a great makeup to be a relief pitcher. He could be a very dominant guy if they can.
Top 3, man on first, McGuire. I think we have liftoff.
Felipe's lucky that ball wasn't hit at him.
Felipe would have preferred that ball to come at him, though, instead of going where it did. Cardinals are up 2-zip. Tied at 3. Brian Jordan's on 3rd. Ron Gantz straightaway center field, and that one is over the fence.
Gant had his whole body cocked to hit the ball to right field. He actually, that was a pull.
A pull hook.
A pull hook.
How about Stottlemyre in the 5th?
Well, they weren't going to pull Stottlemyre there. Duncan giving him a little bit of advice, telling him use all your pitches. Right there, used the breaking ball, came in with the fastball. Since he's gone to the National League and had to pick up a bat to hit, he's been really a great pitcher, and they're a nice defensive play also.
Being a hitter, does that help you be a better pitcher?
2-1. McGuire going back and deep off Carlos Perez. It is donking off the wall. Rondell White, Mark Grudzielanek, nice replay, and nice hose coming home. They got Delano DeShields at the plate, and it's written here that DeShields is bitter. Mike Busby on the mound to Grudzielanek. And a reminder, entertainment coupons cannot be used for surf and turf specials. 3rd homer of the year for Grudzielanek, 2-2 ball game. Bottom of the 9th, bases jammed. Kent Bottenfield facing Rondell White. Picture of Tony La Russa. White. Down the left field line, F.P. Santangelo coming to score. Bueno. Expos win it 3-2. The Cards' 4-game win streak all done with. You saw McGuire just missing homer number 10 of the
Back in Montreal. Yeah! Bottom 3. Expos are up 1-zip. How about Vladimir Guerrero?
I'll tell you can tell by the sound and the trajectory that's going a long way.
And I tell you what, if you heard that, you got great ears. Expos are up 2-zip. How about this? Would you swing at this pitch?
Only if you're guessing fastball. That is better than eye high. That's cap high.
Number 2 on the year for White. 3-0 Expos. Cliff Polite getting a little nasty. Said Polita, that overhead smash from White. I don't know how the heck he hit it. It was basically over his head. I was 0-2, and I tried to make a pitch away. I didn't know he liked them that high. Uget Urbina, you're talking about bullpens and effectiveness. He has not allowed a run this season in 11 1/3 innings of relief. Alou and the Astros up 3-1 in the 3rd. Felipe says, I think we can pitch to him, but I don't want to look. Don't. Astros now lead 6-1. The kid knocked in 5 in the game, and this one out of the park. Carl Everett takes a cue and crushes his own shot. This one for the right side of the plate meant it's 7-1 Astros. It would be the same score in the 5th when he faced the righty, Miguel Batista, from the left side of the plate and took that one out. Astros win it 8-4. Moises Alou came into the game with the 5th best road average in the league, over 400 or Eusebio. Before we get to Dave's comments on that, Javier Vasquez leaves a 2-1 lead. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Eusebio does it offensively. Ties the game at 2. Moises Alou is thrown out at the plate. Bottom of the 6th, it's 2 apiece. Runners to the corner. Scott Livingstone pinch hitting. Lifts a fly. Alou, who just got thrown out at home, is going to come up gunning. He's got his man, but he does not have any idea where home plate is. Jose Vidro gives the Expos a 3-2 lead. Top of the 9th.
Astros rally and tie it. I didn't mean to, but Craig Biggio knows there's not much way to get on against Oogie Urbina anyhow. It was enough to not convert the double play. Ricky Gutierrez scores. They hold on.
More on your left, Craig Biggio on your right, and he's running. More problems. Shane Andrews just a bit high. Shane Andrews just a bit low. 8-0 Astros in the 7th. Moise Alou back in his old stomping grounds and treating it like it was his own backyard. It's gone. Astros up 11-0. Alou 3 for 5, 5 RBIs, but wait, there's more. The Expos defense didn't get any better. Mike Mordecai. Scott Livingstone's throw dropped. 5 errors. The E in Expos standing for errors. Houston crushed.
It's Chris Widger. Osborne got his GED, his player-hated degree, through 101 pitches. Then he got his PhD because he struck out F.P. Santangelo. 4 Ks, no earned runs, 3 hits. Bottom 7, 1-zip cards. Bases loaded for Delano DeShields, who's hitting .388 this year. Delano getting his hit on opposite field. Past a diving F.P. Santangelo. Delano said, I've got a book on Carlos Perez, and he pretty much pitches me the same way every time. His 4th triple of the year, cleared the bases. Cardinals up 4-love. Carlos Perez 0-6 in his last 10 starts. Don't throw the cooler. Don't do that. He said afterwards, same old thing. I was under pressure all the time. Cardinals win.
Carlos Perez. Devo with a man on second. White goes the other way. Vladimir Guerrero picks it off the turf. It's a catch. Stankiewicz is tagging from third or to third. Oh, great throw. Arizona did not score in the inning. Travis Lee. Do we love Travis Lee or what?
Sweet stroke.
His 6th home run of the season. Diamondbacks lead at 4-3. Now to the 10th. Felix Rodriguez struggling a little bit, right?
Yeah, he will. He's wild. He has a tendency to just be wild. I had him in Cincinnati, uncorked a wild pitch, way off the plate. Livingstone advances to second. Later in the inning, the ball way inside. Stennett saves for a run. Same at bat. Rodriguez throws way outside. Pinch runner Duran Stovall scores.
Good luck to you, Kelly Stennett. Bottom 12, same score. Russ Springer. Ryan McGuire's up. He came in as a defensive replacement, and guess what? Offensively, he contributes the game winner as White scores, and McGuire said, you know, Felipe, to allow me the opportunity to help the team.
The 6th, tied at 1-1 out. Rondell White, chopper. Derek May slides in to Andy Stankiewicz, breaking up the double play, keeping the inning alive. Next batter, Vladimir Guerrero. It's a 2-run bomb. And yes, that would be a home run. Expos up 3-1, and they just shot him. Bottom of the 9th, full count on Jay Bell. Dustin Hermanson trying to get the complete game. Expos win it 4-1. Hermanson ends.
Great pitcher in the audience, Pedro Martinez, back to visit his old Expo teammates and seem to inspire the pitchers.
Absolutely. Scott Winchester, they got in the John Smiley deal. That good sinker. Last time he overthrew, Don Gulch said, just let your stuff take care of yourself. He had a great sinker. You see 2 nice double plays turned in there. Very strong game. 3 hits in 6 innings.
Trey Moore not bad either. The big hook to Willie Green. Deep, and Rondell White runs and catches up with it. Bottom of the 7th, Reds nursing a 2-1 lead. Derek May jacks one. Reggie Sanders, who missed some games when he ran into a wall along the riverfront in Cincinnati, makes another running catch. Didn't hurt himself. Duran Stovall goes deep. Chris Steins, whose name came up earlier in the show, Peter, this guy knows no pain.
He plays so hard. I mean, those short arms are great as a hitter. They're not great for an outfitter, but he's a guy a lot of teams want.
He had just enough arm, and Eduardo Perez had plenty of bat. 3-1, he breaks it open with this solo shot to make it a 4-1 final. Winchester picks up his first major league win and snaps the Expos' longest win streak of the year at 3. Jeff Shaw has now saved 10 of the Reds' 15 wins. They're at 500. Shane Bennett
for the Reds after that freaky eye injury on April 2nd. Remember, he was hit in the eye during pregame infield drills. Casey at the bat, and it's nice to say that. Into the gap. Urbina. Boone scores, tied at 2. And Sean Casey, 3 for 4 in the game. Good to see that. Bottom 9, Belinda pitching. Guerrero reaches out, and this one will go all the way to the wall. Sanders, yikes. He took his eye up, trying to see where the runner was. Little analysis from the host. Guerrero goes all the way to third. It was ruled a double and an error. Belinda. Vidro. Casey at first. Just throws in the dirt. Still, good play by Eddie Tabaji for the 4th. Next batter, Belinda. It's the full count in a 2-2 game, and oh, you gotta throw the ball over the plate. It's all over. Stan, it's over. 3-2. The Expos take care of the Reds. Pete Harnish, 7 innings, 8 hits, and 2 earned runs as he continues to pitch very well. Carlos Perez to step up, facing former mate Mike Lansing, and the laser. High, foul, Brad Fulmer tracking. Ow! Look out for that mound. Still makes a great catch, and Perez faces the laser again. Look at that nasty. One of his 4 Ks. Bottom 6, scoreless. Wright is in trouble with 2 on. Derek May at the plate to first. Helton, there's one. He's coming home. Got a tag. Great hustle by Grudzielanek as he slides underneath. Later in the inning, Widger to Vinny Castilla. 2 words, no play. Expos go on to win 2-1. And Perez, who, as I said, probably read the paper, had to step up, and he does.
Vladimir Guerrero. Little tapper to third. Vinny Castilla picks that thing up and fires it, and just in time to get Guerrero first. Top of the 6th, 1-0 Rockies. Former Expo, but then again, who isn't? Larry Walker driving it deep off of Dustin Hermanson, and Derek May jumped at it and couldn't bring it in. Glove stinks. Yeah. And give Walker a double on that one. Next batter, Dante and Inferno. Bichette ripping it down the left field line and into the corner for a double. Burks and Walker would score as 3-0 Rockies. Would score 5 runs in the 6th. The Rockies go on to win it by a count. Widger. Deep to left, solo shot. Expos quickly go up 1-0 in this game in the bottom of the 4th. Now to the 6th, they're up 2-zip. Trey Moore. How about Shane Andrews to get Ellis Burks and Moore? 12 ground out. Still top 6. Dante Bichette at the plate. And Moore. Cheese nips. Nipping to the inside corner with some cheese. 7 shutout innings, and this wasn't in the starting lineup, though. Dusty says he'll sort of let him ease back in. Bonds takes Vasquez for a ride, and it's a one-way ticket. 9th home run of the year. It's 3-1. Jeff Kent. Breaking ball deep to center field, and we have back-to-back home runs. The Giants are, oh, look out, Rondo. 4-1. Kent's 4th of the year. To the 4th, Kirk Reeder looking for a little help from his D. Andrews, Aurelia, flip-flop, Charlie Hayes, double play, inning over. To the 5th, FP Santangelo to 3rd, Billy Miller throws to Kent, and they look like the Giants of last season. They turned 5 double plays. Back to the offense, man on 2nd, Miller. Oh, tough hop off first base. It goes into right. Hamilton scores. Miller's got a 15-game hitting streak. A pair of doubles on the night. To the 7th now, Peter. It's 5-2, and they're loaded.
And the base loaded Vladimir Guerrero. The one thing that keeps him from being a star is the knowledge of the strike zone. And we kind of see it right here. Julian Tavares, pitch. Vladimir says, I can't believe that. Strike 1, that. What does he then? He ends up expanding the strike zone. Bam. Swinging at 2 breaking balls out of the strike zone. Don't worry, that'll change. About a year from now, we'll be laughing about that.
A little maturity there, no doubt, because as we've seen, there is the ability. Giants win.
The second game, FP Santangelo, Jeff Kent, leaping grab. Expos defense was on as well. Rich Aurelia, shallow center field. Rondell White makes a diving catch. Bottom of the 8th, Bill Miller had a 17-game hitting streak. It would not reach 18, but the streak at 17 is still the longest in the majors this year. The veteran Danny Darwin facing Ryan McGuire, gets him looking. Giants go on to win 2-0. Darwin and Rob Nen combined on the 4-hitter to complete the sweep of the Expos. Les Expos were held to 1 run.
Dodger bench. LA up 1-0 here in the 3rd when Shane Andrews hits his 9th home run of the year. We are tied at 1 apiece. Miguel Batista pitching for the Expos, striking out Tom Prince, who caught in place of Piazza. Prince was 1 for 3 in the game, but the game was really Castro against Batista. A little Cuban history there for you. Second inning, Batista strikes out Castro swinging. Then Batista gets him again. In the 8th, Castro, the trifecta. Castro played for Todd Zeal. Batista handles Castro, thwarts any revolution the Dodgers were thinking about on Friday evening. The Expos win. Miguel Batista is a rookie. Picked up his first Major League victory.
New look Dodgers hosting the Expos. It is Bobby Bonilla starting at 3rd, Gary Sheffield in right, and guess who's behind the plate? Charles Johnson. Bottom of 3 now, 1-0 Expos. Sheffield up with a man on. And Sheffield pays dividends immediately with a single to left. That will drive home Darren Dreifert. Sheffield 2 for 4, and we are tied at 1.
Not in time.
Bottom of 5 now. Sheffield at the plate again, and again, laces one to the corner and left, but Ryan McGuire on the run. Great diving catch as Sheffield gets robbed on that one. He can't believe it. Bottom of 6 still tied at 1. Bobby Bonilla takes Javier Vasquez deep to right. Gone. Bonilla's 5th home run of the year. Bonilla 1 for 4 with 2 RBI. It's 2-1 Dodgers. 4 batters later, Charles Johnson delivers a long single to right. That drives in Eric Karros and Todd Hollandsworth. Johnson 1 for 3 with an RBI. Part of an 8-run Dodgers 6th, and Fred Claire watches his new additions pay off as the Dodgers won for just the 4th time in 13 games. Darren Dreifert went 6 2/3 innings.
In his Dodger debut on Saturday, he's got the wiggling bat, and he goes against the Expos to single off Mike Johnson. Eric Young, the leadoff hitter, comes around and put LA up 1-0 in the first. Sheffield had a couple of hits and a couple of walks. Dodgers down 3-1 by the 3rd, though. Ramon Martinez had given up quite a bit, but Derek May goes out swinging. Charles Johnson gets Rondell White stealing to end the inning. By the 5th, it's tied, and Bobby Bonilla is up against Mike Johnson, hitting the cleanup spot. He doubles down the right field corner. Sheffield will score on this one. Dodgers eventually win this one 6-3. Martinez is 5-2. Radinsky picks up his 8th save. Dustin Hermanson, who just went on the DL, was replaced by Johnson, who didn't pitch that well in his call-up. Sheffield, with that effect play, Moise Alou, the longtime Expo, gets one up in the air against his former teammate Carlos Perez. Rondell White comes in. FP San Angelo ducks and ran into White, and he got the worst of it. San Angelo would remain in the game. He is pretty tough, but he was down for a while. They had to examine him, and then they recovered. But Pete Shirk and the Astros didn't. Rondell White just eats Shirk alive, and he did it to him again. It's his 4th home run of the year. Harold Carlos Perez has gotten very effective lately.
Well, he had 14 flyouts today, and the one thing that happens is he gets hitters off balance. Right here, just jams Biggio, gets a fastball in that cuts in on his hands. He had that little changeup and the curveball we saw earlier. Right there, a little breaking ball. And Jack Howell actually torched this ball. He hit it pretty good, but sometimes you just find the leather. And then right here, Derek Bell just missed this ball, but because he was taking a little bit off the breaking ball each time, he was able to get hitters off balance and ended up with the 14 flyouts and a very nice performance, Gary.
Very gentlemanly.
Rose Expos. Mark McGwire not in action. Ryan McGwire tells Jose Lima, "You're not my daddy." McGuire's first home run of the year. Ryan McGwire now trails Mark McGwire by 1,455 feet worth of home runs this week. McGwire also doing it on defense. Robs Moises Alou. McGwire 2 for 3 in the night, but Astros say any D you can D, I can D better. Trey Moore, hard grounder. J.R. Phillips, nice stop and flip. Phillips just called up to replace the injured Jack Howell. More good defense, or get your glove up and pray. Watch it again. Trey Moore, great snag, reacting right away, saving injury maybe. Tied at 2, bottom 7. J.R. Phillips again with the defense. Nice diving stop on Derek May. Then from his knees, guns down McGwire at the plate. Check this out. Derek Bell against Anthony Teleford. Big up respect. Derek Bell in the top of the 9th, he said, "You can't take anything away from Teleford. I battled him. He battled me." 4-3 Astros that made it. Now bottom 9, 2 out. Vladimir Guerrero at the plate. Billy Wagner got him looking. Astros win the game 4-3. Wagner got his 11th save.
Into short center. Carl Everett, nice diving grab. Looking at it again, you will see Everett still makes the catch.
Made the catch again in the replay?
Unbelievable.
Oh, wow.
Bottom of the 4th, still scoreless. Fulmer trying again, but Reynolds gets him looking. One of 9 Reynolds strikeouts in the game. Top of the 5th, Craig Biggio on 3rd with 1 out. I think he's chewing gum. Bill Spires, the grounder to Mike Mordecai, drawn in, throws home. Chris Widger survives the blast, holds on to the ball. Biggio is out. We're still scoreless. Top of the 6th. 2 runners on for your pitcher. Reynolds fakes the bunt, slaps at the ball. Montreal not expecting that. The ball hits Tim Bogar, and Tony Eusebio rumbles in all the way from second for the first run, which is all that Reynolds needed. He'd get 5 more runs to support as the Astros win 6-0. A 5-hitter for Reynolds.
Runners liftoff. Scott Rowland, 3-run homer to left.
Did you hear the sound of that bat?
8th of the year. You read anything into that?
He's strong.
Bottom 1, the Expos have an answer against Matt Beach. I didn't hear anything, but Rondell White's result is the same. Back-to-back jobs with Vladimir Guerrero, and the teams would combine for 5 homers. Then Mark Lewis goes gapping into right center. Guerrero would cut it off. Mike Lieberfeld's trying to score all the way from first. Relay throw, a good one, but an excellent slide here to elude Widger, who has to go out in front of home to get it. And the Phils take a 6-5 lead and win 7-5. He's Atlantic's worst nightmare. He's K'd him 7 times in 19 at-bats. Rondell White, Barrios, up the middle. Watch Desi Relaford, and White is one of the faster guys in baseball. Still gets it. 2 batters later, Widger. This one also back up the middle, and Kurt Schilling has got an absolute glove for a hand. He gets the out there. Then Schilling said, "You like that? How's this, Rick?"
Well, you talked about the great stuff and the strikeout pitcher he's become. This is one of the reasons that split finger that is truly nasty.
Vladimir Guerrero in a 2-2 game. Goes the other way. Bobby Abreu, he can't make the play. He gets an error. Schilling had retired 20 in a row at one point. Then Widger, the base hit to left, scores Guerrero, and Montreal goes on and wins 3-2. Hard to figure, but Schilling hangs one on an 0-2 pitch. And you talked about Kerry Wood not going with that fastball. We see
First inning against Jose Vidro. Remember, the roof is off. No roof. Sunshine at Le Condo. And Green catches the comebacker by Vidro. Bottom of the second, Green in control. Tyler Vale, as they would call him in Montreal, strikes out Chris Widger with a high hard one. Strikes out Darren Stovall. Strikes out Shane Andrews. Strikes out Carlos Perez. 18 up, 18 down through 6 innings. Bottom of the seventh, how do you lose a perfect game like this?
This is what kind of pulled him apart. He hits Jose Vidro, a la Ron Hunt. And Tyler's a little, how could I do that? And he gets a little flustered, gets a man on base. 3 pitches later, Vladimir Guerrero, who is one of the emerging great players in the game, hits one off the top of the fence to score Vidro, and then they end up in the bottom of the 8th in a 4-3 game.
So it's Vidro, Vladimir. Now the Expos trail at 4-3 until, look at Vidro. See, it is Ron Hunt. You just stand there, get plunked. And Vidro would tie on a Grzelcyk single to tie the game, would score, I should say. Then later in the 8th, runners at first and third, Robert Perez is the pinch hitter. Not a long fly ball, but it's going to be long enough to score Grzelcyk. Hudler can't throw him out. Expos get 2 in the bottom of the 8th, so Carlos Perez gets the win. He's won his 4th.
Anthony Telford. That's what Scott Rowland had to deal with. In the 9th of a 3-3 game, Rowland trying to break that tie. Rondell White. Oh, what a play.
Remember that play in Colorado when he crashed into the fence? One of the most fearless players in the game. And certainly one of Felipe's favorites.
Potential game-saving catch. We're in the 10th now. We're still 3-3. Mike Lieberthal, inside-outs one. And here's some more great outfield defense. Vladimir Guerrero's going to see how it's going to carry him in that indoor gymnasium type turf there. Look at the throw and the relay, and he is meat at third base. John Vukovic can't believe him because he told him to go. Top of the 14th, 2-man on Shane Bennett pitching. Rico Bronya would already knock in a run, but this would be the big blow. A 2-run double in the Phillies half of the 14th. They go on to win it 5-3. Mark Portugal also knocked in a run in this game. Through 80, allowed 3 earned runs. The Phillies bullpen was the real story, though.
Here's your first lock. Galarraga, yard work.
It doesn't hurt to get a guy getting you off to an early start, give you some runs, let you relax and pitch.
18th of the season, Braves are up 2-zip. Expos got him loaded with 2 down, and Nagel facing Batista, and he is gone fishing. Top 3, Spos have a man on first. There's nobody out, and it's Grzelcyk hitting 1. That's 4-6-3.
What I like about Nagel, Carl, is we usually see him throwing that sinker, and he's able to go up out of the zone, do what he needs to do, and do a lot of different things, getting a ground ball double play here.
Nice scoop by the big cat at first. Another double play, thread over, bottom 5, still 2-zip. Batista, look out through the 5. Off the slug to Grzelcyk, who steps on second. We got ourselves a 6-3 double play. Now in the 7th, HR, Keith Lockhart against Mark Valdez.
Well, the Braves, you know, they're known now this year with their home run ball. Right here, Lockhart is just kind of hitting it how they throw it. Nice little blooper. First and second now as Walt Weiss moves up, and Chipper just swinging the bat, just takes a nice little pitch, good eye, walk, and then Galarraga, you're looking for a big bomb, but you got to play this man so deep because he hits the ball so hard. Just fist one in front of Rondell White. Not a bad way to pick up a ribby.
They're up 5-1. 2 batters later, still loaded, and we are unloaded. Javi Lopez, how do you like that? Fat. Braves are up 9-1. They go on to win 9-3. Lopez's 2nd career grand slam. Now here's what the Expos face. A total of 1 major league win. Michael Tucker goes back and takes one away from Vladimir Guerrero. He went 0 for 4. Top 3, 2 words, Gold Glove. Greg Maddux with a snare job. That kept the Expos down. This really rocked their world. Vasquez pitched great. One guy he couldn't control, Maddux, high hopper. And look at the athlete. He plays baseball, he golfs, he runs. His hand was in, but the ump punches him out. Still a single. Then in the 6th, Vasquez again facing the minimum to this point. He can't get Maddux out. At that point, Greg Maddux was batting .300. Wally Bell couldn't poach him out on this play. Now to the 8th, 2-0 Braves. You want to get Greg out? Bring in the brother, Mike Maddux. Damage had been done, 2-0 Braves, and Greg gets some wood on the ball, but not enough. Still, he does his best work on the mound. 8 1/3 of scoreless baseball, becoming Atlanta's 4th 7-game winner. For Greg Maddux, the numbers nearly as mind-blowing as the Bulls. Taken out after 6 innings. He's got a 4-1 lead. Should he get the victory, guess what? Dennis Martinez would tie Juan Marichal for the all-time winningest Latin American pitcher. The bounce here.
You want to see an arm?
Yes.
Check this arm out. Vladimir Guerrero. Reminds you of Roberto Clemente. Just sets his feet and throws a one-hop rocket. Nice tag by Shane Andrews. But once it gets there right on the bag, you don't have to do anything but catch it.
Expos have rallied down 5-4. Guerrero's on third. Grutzelanek punches a single to center. Guerrero scores. We're tied at 5. And unlike the Phillies bullpen, the Braves bullpen blew the victory for Martinez. To the 9th, tied at 5. F.B. Santangelo pops it up. Rollers. Oh, he can play. He's an athlete. 2 batters later, they're loaded for Guerrero. We've seen the arm. We've seen the speed. How about the bat? Chopper. Shane Andrews scores. 6-5 Expos. Out of the baseline? No. Next batter, professional hitter, Bradley Fulmer. A double over Galarraga into the right field corner. All 3 runners score. 3-run double for Fulmer. Braves bullpen gives up 8 runs in 3 innings, and they lose 9-5. And that's just not fair, because usually when Maddux pitches, or Glavin, or Nagel, the bullpen doesn't do that. Dennis Martinez, unfair. Expos.
Your classic, we just showed you the score panel. Top of the 4th, 1-0 Expos. Rondell White facing John Lieber, and he drives this fastball to deep center. It's a solo blast, his 8th of the season. Gone, 2-0 Expos. And then White's next at bat. Gone. Another solo blast. He was 3 for 4 with 2 RBI, his 4th career multiple home run game. It's 4-0 Expos. Bottom of 7, bases loaded for Jason Kendall. A drive to right center, but Vladimir Guerrero comes in and makes the catch and end the threat. Carlos Perez allowing just 1 run in 8 innings. Bottom 9 now, runners at the corners, and Uget Urbina gets Martin to bounce to Jose Vidro, who fields it, tags second, and throws to first for the game-ending double play. Expos win it as Carlos Perez won his 5th straight.
Pittsburgh trouble for Uget Urbina, pitching in his 3rd straight game, 3rd straight night, loaded with 1 out. And how about Jason Kendall?
Hitting .349 now.
How about Vladimir Guerrero? He's got a cannon. We saw it oh, boy. A little too much gunpowder. Al Martin awarded home, and that's the winning run. The Pirates 3 in the bottom of the 9th. They did that a lot last year. Haven't done it very often this season. Guerrero not happy with that throw. The Expos lose 8-7. Jose Silva, 5 innings, 8 hits, 7 earned, and 2 Ks. Does not figure in the decision. Fulmer, 5 RBI.
McGuire up in the 2nd with runners at 1st and 2nd. Ground ball. Tony Womack starts the 4-6-3 double play. Good defense to bad. Francisco Cordova is going to bunt it, and F.B. Santangelo. Oh, sometimes the easiest plays are the hardest. Kevin roll out the barrel. Polkovich 3rd, setting up a sac fly. 1-0 Pirates after 3. Cordova bunts again. Santangelo going to get this one and get a face full of dirt and make the play. Cordova, hey, Pirates have pitching, Peter.
Hey, Cordova, Schmidt, the Pirates starting pitching is excellent. Francisco today, masterful. That's his 6th win. 12 starts in